Hi, I am Kevin.
I'm Wanda.
And we are the Curious Crusaders. We're going from RV camping to RV living full time. The first parrot here, her name is Sylvie. She is kind of shy and not very rambunctious. This one here, his name is Spunky. He is very curious and he tries to get around and gets into trouble. They happen to be our camping companions. Spunky here, he comes along with me quite a bit. He loves camping. And if you like our videos, give us a thumbs up, subscribe and follow, and you always see updates when we do them. Thank you. So here was the only museum that was open in Dodge City. The Wax Museum was closed. But so I took pictures of the old harnesses they used to use on the horses here. And these are old tools for building and stuff. The next right here was an old gunsmith, you can call them. Old different type of weapons. You see the one that was taken apart. Another old cash register again. Those right there, woodworkers know, those right there are planers. And here's some weapons that helped win the West. The Winchesters. And next right here were some old handcuffs. Old different styles. And that picture right there, you can tell there was a newer style handcuff in that one. Right there's the old, more old style handcuffs. I bet you they were very uncomfortable. And as you can tell from the cuffs that we do old ways and we go back to the old ways. And here's some cheap little locks they had in the Old West. And right there was their leg irons. That's that medicine they had. This was a part of the doctor's office. And next right here were some cigars. Some more a little bit how they made the medicine. Right there was his pharmacy, so he mixed the drugs up. And right there was his desk where he worked and everything. You see the old style stethoscope. And right there was the old examination chair. Some more powders and stuff for his medication. Some of his tools he used. Closer look at the stethoscope. And some more of his medications. Next here's an old jail back in the 1900s. And right there's one of the pistols again from the 1900s. The sheriff's rifle. A little 6-shooter revolver they had in the 1900s. And that's an old gambling table inside of a saloon. Had a beer and their money and their kegs right there. And how their bars looked. And that was the piano in the saloon. And right there is an old gambling table. I thought it was like a roulette or something. And here's an old printing press newspaper station. That's how they made their newspapers or wanted signs. Different editors right there. And this one right here is an old musical back in the 1900s, what type of musical they had. And it says here's an undertaker's office. A couple of coffins, the dress-up suits they usually put them in for when they bury them. Miniature coffins there and headstones. Looks like the kids' coffins are a lot better than adult coffins. And here's some old swords they had. And here's a shoe shop. Everybody had to get their shoes mended whenever they wore out. And it's part of the tailor shop there too. Old cribs and baby buggies and a hard wooden bench. Some more of their shoes and tools they use to repair things. And I believe this area was part of the bank. Yeah, actually it was part of the post office. This is how the old post office looked with their mailboxes and stuff. Nice little desk for the postmaster. And a couple of little old dolls they had. Kids' toys. And next their mailbox stuff. And next, here was the old bank. Right there's some old money laying around. Low deposit checks and everything. The old banker's desk. I couldn't tell if that was for the managers or what. And right there's their old shade. It's on wheels, so no wonder they were able to drag it out of the bank. A little tailor area. Bottle of ink. Some more old money there, and some more of their banking tools and glasses. And I was wondering if that was one of their check machines, and old typewriter there. And they looked like very uncomfortable chairs right there they had to sit in the bank. No wonder they were standing all the time. It looks like those safety boxes. And it's the desks and chairs for people to fill out the deposit forms and stuff, and withdrawal forms. And the farther we look at the teller booth, and there's some old fabric they used in the West. And that was a nice looking guitar, how it was all pretty. And there's an old wash basin, to fill out the pitcher of water. You had your basin. And this is why people didn't smile. You turn over that thing, and you had to hold your pose until the sand ran out, and that's how you got your picture. So no one was really smiling. That was hard to do. Here's some old toys, and you notice up in the top left corner is Hitler. So I don't know how they had Hitler in there in the olden days like that, unless it was the 1900s. But I thought it was pretty funny. Here's a little bit more of the knickknacks they had. Nice teacups. Some more teacups and kettles. And some old looking books right there. And this is part of a saloon that we walked into. We decided to have some of their root beer. The guy right there running behind it. And next here was some old Indian stuff. Back when the old West was getting started, where the Indians would attack the towns and stuff. And told you what they used for the buffalo carvings and everything. And they did have a picture of the buffalo out on the plains like that. There was a nice herd of them. These days you won't be able to find that. Different type of arrowhead rocks they had. And some of the stone tools they had for whatever they had to use them for. And that is an old style weapon. I mean, that rifle right there, you can tell it is an oldie. surprised it didn't blow apart whenever they shot it. Little back powder bag. And then you had some more arrowheads, the way they all made different style arrowheads, and some moccasins right there, some Indian shoes. And little wee baskets. And those pants really look uncomfortable. That's the cowhide pants they used to wear with some more moccasins. Some nice little beads and that go with their outfits and stuff. Little bags they used to carry things in. And that was actually the medicine bags they had. And there's an old peace pipe. Sit down there and smoke a pipe and try to make peace. Nice little bowl. I believe that's the things they used to sleep on whenever they were in their teepees. Like us, we just roll up our mats and roll them out whenever we need to. Yeah, there's the chief feathers and stuff, and some more moccasins. You know, they had to have pictures of the chief and the other warriors they had around. You know how the Indians always took souvenirs. That's why you saw the scouts hat on them and everything. And at the beginning started their teepee, how they were able to latch it together, and as they put their buffalo skin around it and try to keep warm. That right there was a cavalry scout for the cavalry. That's an old black and white TV set that actually still worked, and they had Gunsmoke playing. And like I said, Dodge City Gunsmoke was actually built off of Dodge City. That's my brother Chris, his wife Becky. And that was the very first color TV set. It was nice how they were able to keep it nice working weather. Working. Then I threw some old Dodge City posters, just so people know what was going on, and that was the dresses the women started to wear. And I threw some characters of the Gunsmoke, like I said. All the actors came down here and they had their own stars on the sidewalk, and they signed them in handprints. Told you what years they were working with Gunsmoke. And a couple of their drinking glasses they had. And the one-shot shooter, the ladies used to put it in their garter belt. And I there's the old lines you had to read, you know, underline them and which ones were their lines, and about how they did their acting. Some of the bartender's best there from Gunsmoke. And next there was the dancing girls. Like I said, during the COVID-19, the dancing girls show wasn't going on at all. You can tell they did have some newer type of items in there. Little back scratcher they had. Now we're inside the bar, the San Diego bar or something like that, where they actually had some old whiskey and stuff, and there was their bartender. Right there was a piano player. But there was a stage for the dancing girls, but like I said, they didn't have it there. The saloon actually has a nice rooftop decorations, as you can tell. There's an old style piano you're playing on.
It's actually a long time ago, but the middle is German folk melody, they changed it. Matter of fact, Michigan, Maryland, and
There's some more old tobacco stuff and drinking glasses. And there are things that they used to put in their pocket for their whiskey and stuff, just ready to carry it around. And that was right there next to the saloon. That was the old wooden nickel wheel. Used to be the old fortune machine. It was definitely hard to read. I couldn't even read it like that myself. So there was the old saloon, and there's more pictures of their drinking glasses, and old coffee cans, lighter food and stuff. There's some old pipes. The way they carry their tobacco. And there's some of the old whiskey I was talking about. Old style clocks. Since that label was almost completely gone. And they sure didn't try to decorate their bottles. There's one plain bottle and different type of labels, and the labels are plain, so they didn't need to decorate their bottles. And that's where I was back on the other side of the saloon again. The problem is taking pictures through the glass made it awfully hard. And there was old cigar box right there, some more old cigar tins. And there's some more old cigars. They usually put them in tins or cardboard boxes right there. Well, that was pretty cheap, 5 cents for a cigar. That back in the olden days. You won't find that no more. There was some old chewing tobacco, you know, how they used to have to take a bite off of it just to be able to chew it. And there are more tobacco cans and boxes and everything. Some old rolling paper. And some ways they kept their cigars. Some of those names I do recognize, so I must be pretty old. And here's the old wooden Indian. Since I took pictures of the tobacco and stuff, I had to make sure I had the wooden Indian too, with his hands full fist of cigars. And there's some old brick with the company's name on it, whoever made them. Believe it or not, they actually had that in the museum too. Right there was my nephew Kenneth, and it's more old pots and pans and plates. You know, those cast iron pans, they were pretty good. They are still pretty good today if you ever use cast iron pans. There's another old tea kettles and stuff. You can actually hear my brother talking. That was Chris. So it was an old soldier's weapon, you know, he had bayonet on it and everything. And there's their old boots. I can't believe how high those boots came up, along with the horseshoes and keys. Part of the uniform there, and stuff that used to put in the cannons, they just way to shoot them at them. Some more old swords. And like there's some old railroad stuff, you know, the lights that carried this way, they can signal to stop or go, and conductor's hat, the oil, the big oil thing that you used to use to oil the wheels, the bearings and everything. And old time knives. There's some silverware and dish fans and some more old cash register. Sorry, that flash threw me off, so I knew I was thinking, but I just couldn't say it. And here's a buffalo jacket. That was made completely out of buffalo. Some more old forks and spoons and plates and stuff. And that was a black powder holder for their rifles and everything. I did have to take a picture of the buffalo, you know, this way, yeah. Everybody knows a bison. That was a longhorn cow, they call them. The Texas Longhorns. And an old turtle in there, along with it. Some old spurs everybody used to wear on their boots back in the old days. And the camera had to get out focus for the pictures.
I feel right over here.
Some more old boots right there. I can't believe how high up they went. It's almost like they went past their knees almost. Old branding irons. You know how everybody had to brand their cattle.
Hey Chris, did you notice that digital thing over here? For modern consumption cabinet. Was that good? Sure.
An old saddle right there with a big fire. How the cowboys used to make their coffee, and
That's what happened too.
and also on the wagon train, they always brought their cooks. So right there's a cook for you. They used to cook for them at night off the back of the wagon. And some more of their cooking hardware they had there. And their kerosene lamps, gasoline lamps, oil lamps, whatever you want to call them. And how they carry their flour and stuff. And that's an old wooden Chester right there. Couldn't leave the stuff behind, you know. You had to have a weapon too.
Branding irons for you.
Yeah, some more little branding irons and everything, and tools they used to keep the horse hoofs in place and everything. And a couple old pictures of the old cowboys there. And a couple of old chains and barbed wire. That's how the old West made their barbed wire and everything. Another old oil lamp and their little writing tab for the desk there. Right there's the check protector. I wonder what a check protector was. Then there's some old, how they used to hook up their oxes to the cattle cars and a lady's hat. That's what the lady used to wear. And some more drinking and old kerosene lamps and stuff. That's an old hay rake. Shows a big museum. And there's some more plates and oil lamp and how the ladies used to relax. A couple old clocks back there. Old nightgown. Some old field working tools, how to grab their hay and how to cut it up and everything. An old axe to cut down the trees. That's how they used to make their old buildings to stack everything in it. And that's their old farm equipment. Little toy size, this way they could fit everything. Some of that stuff looked like from the late 1900s. And there was an old sewing machine. I bet you my wife would really love that old sewing machine. It has to be very easy to use. See, there you go. Better look for it. Oh, my camera had to go on focus again. Kind of hard to do it through glass windows. You can hear me walking around. I always wear cowboy boots. For some reason, as a kid, I always liked my boots. And then you have some old lady stuff, you know, the garter they used to put around them, try to tighten them up. Some pictures of the ladies, their undergarments. Couldn't tell I was trying to take a picture of it right there. It's so dark in there. An old dress when they used to go out somewhere fancy. They had to have dress-up dresses and stuff, and their ladies' shoes. To me, a lot of this stuff looks uncomfortable. But I guess in the olden days they got used to it. But they did have some nice looking dresses. there's a, and there's how the men dressed up. Another lady's dress. Their old winter jackets. Their wedding dress. And then tuxedo. Very uncomfortable chair there. And actually, this is the old marshal's office. That's a nice looking old saddle. And you can tell right there that'd be the 1900s typewriter. His law books. Next, an old phone from the 1900s. The late 1900s, I believe it was, because it was push button. See, I was push button right there, so you know it's the late 1900s, 1980s. Inkwell. Yeah, we still got those little signs like that still walking around in our time age. The price is a little bit more, but and that was an old movie theater.